Welcome everybody in Manchester and London and Lagos, even in the lowly country of America where they call football soccer. Welcome to Man U Arsenal United. We are back and the season is back. Fantastic. We're only focusing on Arsenal and Man United. They're one team today. On this day, Man U and Arsenal are one team, and we're together and we're celebrating both teams did well. Get us off to a start, Kunle. Give us what your thoughts are about this weekend with respect to those two teams. Not Man City or Liverpool. Those guys can go to hell. Continue, Kunle.
Okay, well, I think Manchester United have had a good start.
Yeah.
But as you can see from the first game, although Maguire played well in the line, we had to play deep because he lacked pace. So our midfield was exposed. And Fulham sat in that space and we couldn't connect the two. We couldn't get cohesion. So it was a very low scoring game against a team that we should be scoring heavily against.
Yeah.
So I think that by the next game we should have, we are playing Brighton.
Yeah.
And I think we should have Delit playing alongside Martinez so they can play a higher line. And Casemiro will still be there. I hope he'll last this game. I'm concerned that if we don't get Ugarte, we're going to have a problem in the midfield because if we don't get
there'll be a
Ugarte,
problem with the link. Yeah,
we'll have to be playing Mainu at 6.
Mainu. I was thinking about Mainu.
Yeah, we'll have to be playing Mainu at 6.
And even Casemiro. Casemiro should be playing more defensively. He shouldn't be coming forward. Yeah.
Yes, he's coming forward far too much in his old age. And he's not anywhere near as mobile as he used to be, prime Casemiro of his 20s.
Can I ask you a question? Is Maguire, is he old enough to collect pension in England yet?
He's 31. He's old, but he's not super old. He's just 31.
Yeah, so I think he's aged quickly, like Kane. Yeah, continue. Thank you, Kunle.
Yeah, he's not aged like wine. He's aged like milk.
Yeah.
He's coming to a quick end.
Yeah.
I think that Brighton, I think they won their first game as well, quite convincingly.
Yeah,
so they're not going to be easy. Yeah, they're not going to be an easy objective. And then after that, we have the big one. We got Liverpool. That's but Arsenal started strongly. Saka looks to be in form, although for a little bit he was limping. I was a bit concerned.
And also we have to remember he's playing who did they play again? He's playing in Wolves. Their defense is not the best. Yeah.
Wolves have a good defense. Wolves just don't know how to score. So to put two past Wolves is actually quite good. They're not an easy team to break down.
And Saka had 1 assist, 1 goal. Very good work.
Yeah, Saka is off to a flyer.
Also he had several shots on goal, which were difficult, so we can't blame him for missing them. Yeah.
Arsenal have always started well. They almost always. I do not remember the last time Arsenal started slowly. If anything, United sometimes start a bit slowly. They will drop points before Arsenal in general. Even if they do better than Arsenal at the end of the season, Arsenal always starts off fast. They're so excited because their name begins with A. So before kickoff, they're already top of the league.
A, B, C, D.
Before the kickoff, the first game, they're always top of the league. Yeah,
So I have to say, that goal that Havertz scored, beautiful cross by Saka. Havertz almost looked like a true 9 on that day. What do you think, Warif?
The challenge I have with Kai Havertz is that he's not a bully. He cannot really bully defenders.
Yeah, so he can't score like types of goals where he's being double teamed. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the goals. Yes, most of the goal Havertz scores is that when he's in motion, you just loop the ball over, or maybe there is a pull out, then he knocks the ball. But say 1-on-1 with the defender to dribble the defender, he cannot do that. That's
I hate to jump in, but that goal that Haaland scored yesterday, 2 guys were on him, and he used power and also skill.
Yes, if you watch the replay, you see that Haaland used his weight to bully Cucurella, because if not,
but he also used skill to use the angle on his leg. Yeah, but I think Havertz has skill, but he doesn't have that bullying power. You're right. Continue. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Then also in that match against Wolves, another weak link that we have apart from Zinchenko is Partey. Sometimes Partey is like he switches off, like in the second half. During the second half, I was telling somebody that if I'm at Teta, I would have removed Partey maybe about 60, 65 minutes, bring in Waneri because Waneri is young, and if you watch that boy, he's energetic, he has the strength. So you can use him there in place of Partey because Partey, I believe age is telling on Partey. He can play first, first half, but towards the end of the second half, just remove him, bring in another person. The same thing with what's it called, Zevchenko. Zevchenko, he likes, what would I say now? I don't know if I'll say he wants to please Arteta. He likes overdoing things. He likes drifting in to overlap into the midfield, and he doesn't know how to return back. So the same thing with Zevchenko. Maybe you can start him not for stronger
that's
like
discipline, and Arteta needs to warn him. He needs to warn him. Be
I've
disciplined.
always said that Arsenal have got problem at the wing back position. But
you
I
have,
think
Did
the
Calafiori play?
Thomas.
Sorry to interrupt. Did Calafiori play? Did he play?
No, he didn't play.
Okay.
Thomas Partey, wasn't he supposed to go somewhere? I think he's been distracted by a lot of transfer talk.
No, nobody's coming for him again.
Okay, but I know that he wanted to leave, and some clubs were trying to bid for him, and they couldn't get a good price because Arsenal are trying to get in a new CDM. So I think some of that might have taken away Thomas Partey's focus because
who is Arsenal looking at for CDM?
At CDM position.
I don't know why Arsenal needs why they have what's his name the best CDM in the world. Why do they need?
Declan Rice is an 8. He plays as he's
okay. Sorry, I'm thinking about central defense. They're good in central defense, but they need a central defensive midfielder. Okay,
yes. This is the era of CDMs. This is the times when the best teams and they're very, very rare and very.
If they get a good one, they can win the English league. If they get the good one, they can win the league.
If you have a good one, you can do a lot. And
Arsenal need a striker, a big striker.
Yes, Arsenal need a striker. They need a set of full backs. And they need to sort out the defense.
But I think their main thing is to get once they get a true central striker, that's going to open up for Havertz. Havertz will become unbelievable because he'll support. And he can even play, he can play on the right or the left like Griezmann. Continue, guys.
They also need mentally tough. Arsenal also need a couple of mentally tough players. By that, I mean players that can actually stay the league. Players like
Kool-Aid. I'm not going to say any names. They need our friend from ISL, Buddy Power.
Not even Flamini. They need like Vieira or Emmanuel Petit. People that can play
guys.
Strong. Yeah, and I mean, even then, Arsenal fell off towards the end of the season. But at least they'll win enough games in the early part of the season. Yeah. And even when they've won the league, they start losing points at the end of the season. That's just Arsenal.
Yeah.
So they need to get off to a good start. And then so it depends on when they start to peter off in the season. Will depend on
that's because of depth. It's also because of depth.
Yeah. And we should also remember that the reason Arsenal have a good chance of winning the league is not because City could get relegated. And if City get relegated, I think it becomes a real.
But also City is having problems with scoring goals. So, and Arsenal has a good defense, has a better defense than City, and their offense is more productive than City. But the problem is Arsenal's midfield. It's the midfield.
City are just getting warmed up. I believe they're going to get a striker before the window closes, since they've gotten rid of their striker.
But I don't think they need a striker because they have Haaland. And also, let's say another thing.
More than one, and Haaland is injury prone.
Yeah, but also we have to say something. City has one of the most improved, one of the most surprising wingers. Doku is very good. Doku is good. What do you think, guys? Yeah. Even though this is not a City show.
They need a proper false nine.
They need a false nine, yeah.
Anything happens to Haaland, they're in trouble. I can see
and also they need somebody to assist.
They're in trouble. They can finish 4th or 5th even.
I think that for now they can play De Bruyne almost as a supporting striker almost, or attacking midfielder who can support but he's old. He's old.
They need a 9 or a false 9 or winger striker in that position.
And he can introduce some of these youthful players.
Did Rodri play? Rodri played in the last match, right? Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He didn't play.
So this just goes to show you that they're resting him because they know they can beat who did they play?
No, he's injured. They're playing Kovacic.
Yeah, but Kovacic did okay too. I think he scored a goal, right? Yeah.
He's the backup for Rodri. He's Rodri's backup.
And that's the thing. City has depth, so they can go 4 weeks without a main player, and they can still do okay.
Well, They can do okay, but they'll be vulnerable. Just like United won their game, but
Oh
they're
yeah, yeah,
vulnerable.
yeah.
City
The main
about
thing
the
is that
same level without
the main
Rodri.
thing is that let those guys get well very quickly.
Yeah.
So so Kule, talk about Manu. I think he had a very good game, and I think Manu's possession has improved, holding the ball in midfield. What do you think? Yeah.
Yes, Manu played very well, but you know he ran out of steam towards the last 15 minutes. He had to come off. But the
Yeah,
frustrating thing about that entire game is, which I did not want to see, was we're playing Bruno as sort of like a false nine in front of Mason Mount, who pressed well, but Bruno is not a striker. So Manu didn't really get a chance to show what he's about. Ahmad Diallo, who likes to feed strikers, did not get a chance to pass to anybody.
yeah.
Didn't get the ball either.
But can I say
And
one thing? It's clear that Bruno is Fernandez. Fernandez is a very good utility player, and he opens up the attack wherever you put him. So continue.
well,
Sorry.
he plays better as if he has to, his best position is a 10. But if he has to adapt, he can actually play as an 8 quite well. I don't think I've seen him play as a 6, but I think that he can play slightly deeper as an 8. But coming forward into a false 9 position, I don't think that
Because he can't finish. He can't finish.
because it's not even that the way he plays and the way he's facing or having his back to the ball when he wants to feed the ball or turn and strike, and he doesn't have the instincts of a striker.
He's not a
So you
striker,
really
no.
need a striker in
But
that
he's a good
position.
playmaker, and he can break. He's like
Yes,
Zidane a little bit. He can break down defenses and stuff. Yeah, but he
yes.
doesn't finish it. He doesn't
You
finish
still
as
need a
well as
point man.
Zidane finished. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you
So,
still need a point man at the end of your at the tip of your arrow. Always
but
need,
I
no matter
think
how good
Kule,
your
you will
number 10
agree.
is.
You will agree that Man U is a lot better than what we thought they could be this year. So things are looking good for Man U. I think they're
Not yet.
solidly. I think solidly they're in position to get fourth or fifth. Yeah, yeah.
Well, no. Let me say what it looks like. It looks like they're making the perfect cake, but they haven't quite finished cooking it.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
they've got all the perfect ingredients, but maybe they haven't got the eggs yet.
Hey, Kule, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
and
back
if
in
they don't
history.
get the eggs, it's gonna be a
Kule,
disaster.
Kule, I'm
They
gonna go
need
back in
one or
history.
two more things, or they're in trouble.
Kule, I'm gonna go back in history. The ingredients they need Valencia and Evra.
Aha, you see. You see, the season before
Remember Valencia
Oli
and Evra. Valencia was those guys were interesting. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, the season
Solid
before
defender.
Oli the Wally
yeah,
Olumide Solskjaer
yeah,
got the boot.
yeah.
That transfer window, we were all wondering why he didn't buy a CDM. He had a knackered Matic, and he was going to play Fred and McTominay, or we call McFred, as a pivot. And both of them are 8. Neither of them knows how to play as a CDM. And that was why he had such a disastrous season. And nobody could do what pick it up. And then Ranić lost even more players, and they just blamed him. He didn't even have a chance. And so I don't want Ten Hag to make the same mistake and miss out on getting a quality CDM because Sander Berge is not good enough. That's one of the options. I'm
Okay, so
not
wait.
sure he's good enough. I
So
think
wait, is Man U trying to get Ugarte,
Zubimendi,
right? Ugarte is he a
Ugarte,
CDM?
yeah, CDM.
Yeah.
Ugarte is a CDM.
If they get him,
Zubimendi,
they're top three. They're top three if they get
yes.
him.
Ugarte or Zubimendi. I think Fofana is out of the picture now. But if they go for, or they should just get Amrabat. If they don't have enough money, just get Amrabat and wait till January window and get Ugarte or something better. Because I prefer Amrabat to Sander Berge. Because Amrabat has actually shown that he can play well. He's just not had enough chances. But when he started getting chances, I have full confidence in him. I didn't at the start, but I like him now. So I would
Yeah,
say ideally Amrabat, Ugarte, and we need left back because we don't have any left back. All our left backs are out. We're playing
yeah,
right backs on the left. So we need a regular playing left back like a Gutierrez that,
yeah.
a fit strong.
But let's
That would
focus
make
on
me
CDM
happy.
first. Let's focus on CDM first.
Yes. So
And
at
also, and
CDM,
when Hoyland
yeah.
comes back, you can now use this guy as a number 10, Fernandez, when Hoyland is back. So let's wait and see what happens. Yeah.
Well, they can use him now because they just had Xerxes. Xerxes is a goal winner.
Oh,
I think he
Xerxes, yeah.
came on.
I think
They've
Xerxes
already
is
got
still, he
Xerxes.
needs to get a little bit more fitness, a little bit more fitness. Yeah.
Well, he's scoring. He's doing the
Yeah,
job.
but he's a little bit
They've only
slow,
had him
so
for
I don't know if he can
minutes.
play. Did he play 90 minutes? Yeah.
I think so. He
Uh,
played in Holland. He played in the.
yeah.
He played for
I,
Holland
I just think,
in the
Xerxes,
Euros. It's not that long.
his legs look like yams. He is a little bit heavy. He's a good player, but I don't know about his work rate. But I think he's a great player. But you're right. You're right. and they have enough players to rotate. So I think things are looking good for Man U. Things are looking good for Arsenal. Where you've talked more about Saka's play. I think Saka had a good game. Yeah.
But like what Kunle said, towards the end of the match, he was leaping, and I don't know if maybe that was why he was substituted. I'll still say that Saka still needs a backup because he cannot just be playing week in, week out, and Champions League, FA Cup. He's not a machine. He's not Robocop. So they should look for somebody, a backup for him. And again, our next match will be against what's it called, Aston Villa. Aston Villa, I know they won us last
that's
season.
A tough match.
Yes.
Tough match.
Yeah. That one is last bus stop.
If I'm Arteta, I wouldn't start what's it called, Shevchenko. I'll start Califieri, the guy he signed, because that guy looks rugged. All you have to do is just sit him down, let him watch more of Aston Villa's game. And because Aston Villa, they are smart, they are fast, they are energetic. You know, one thing about, if you watch most of Arsenal's game with Liverpool, watch the way Salah passes through and what's it called, Shevchenko. Shevchenko will just be lost there. So you don't need somebody like that against Aston Villa. You need to put in your players that are power, that are physical, so that they can match Aston Villa one-on-one. Because if you don't do that, Aston Villa, they might want to continue from where they stopped last week. And Arsenal wouldn't want that. So, and again, Arsenal is playing away to Aston Villa. So Arteta needs to get his game plan right. And one other thing again about Partey, sometimes the issue I have with Partey, sometimes like he switches off. He's not very fast in taking decisions. Sometimes you just switch off. You see him.
Oh, Saka is mechanical. He's very mechanical. He's a robot. Yeah.
Who was playing 6 for Arsenal last season? Worry.
I can't really remember.
Because I know that Odegaard was playing at 10. Who was playing next to Declan Rice last season?
I think it was
Martinelli. Martinelli?
No, Martinelli is up front.
No, he's a winger. He's a winger. I think it should be Partey.
Yeah. No, Partey was injured for a long time. Partey was out for a long time.
Let me see. I think he's
let me check.
Is it Vieira?
Or did they move on? Was it Jesus? No, Jesus was a false 9. Let me look. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Arsenal squad from 23-24 season.
4. So Arteta don't need to gamble. He needs to hit the ground running, because for you to win the EPL, every match like final, like a paper, it takes every match. It's like play against the smallest team or small team in the EPL. You don't want to cross them back 3 points. So Arteta should learn how to integrate the under 21 players, introduce them, give them that self-confidence. If not, if you just keep them and think they will just
it was Odegaard.
No, Odegaard is 10. Odegaard was playing at 10.
But what I'm saying, they were using Odegaard as on the right as a central midfielder with Jorginho and Rice. Those 3 were in the midfield. Yeah.
Rice, Odegaard, and who?
Hold on.
I can't get the
Jorginho.
Where was Jorginho playing?
Jorginho.
He was playing in the middle. 6. In the middle, 6, yeah.
He was playing in the pivot.
I was saying defensive midfielder. Yes. But
okay, so he's playing with Rice.
Yeah.
The problem with Arteta is that Arteta has issue of selection. And if you cannot handle a big team that has the depth, you get confused. You don't know who to feature at the right time. I see Arteta having issue with that, because Arsenal team started growing gradually.
So is Jorginho fit?
I don't know.
Yes, he's fit. All Arsenal players are fit right now.
So I'm wondering
Arsenal is in the best shape right now, but like you said, it's a long season.
Playing ahead of him? Partey shouldn't be playing ahead of Jorginho.
I don't know. To me, Partey is getting aged.
Here's what I believe. I believe that Arteta has his reasons for this match, choosing his lineup. That maybe those guys will start in the next match.
Partey wasn't responsible for the performance of Arsenal last season. I can assure you of that. Partey was good the season before. This last season that they challenged.
I'll hold.
Yeah, and it wasn't Partey.
From the beginning of the match, our match against Fulham, he used Partey as a left. I think is he left or right full back. And Partey is not good at that wing. He cost us that match against Fulham. So Arteta likes doing some. You cannot put a player in a position where you know that he can't play anything there. If it's Saka, he takes Saka.
But I think he did it
as a left back.
He was being a bit arrogant because it was Wolves. He won't try that kind of nonsense.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Kule. I was going to say that because they were playing Wolves, he tinkered a little bit. And maybe he wants to rest some of his players because he knows it's a long season.
Our next match against Aston Villa, he has to bring out his full guns because Aston Villa,
he has to bring out his proper. He has to bring out his proper
squad. A proper team. That's a proper, organized, well-drilled team. If you are not careful, you will find your last bus stop there. If you are not, time is not taken.
Sorry, can I deviate a little? You see, Chelsea, they have a big problem in that club.
Hey, don't make Biodun angry. Don't make Biodun angry. Go ahead.
Number one, too much money. Number two, too much players. You just like if you are buying bread, loaf of bread. And stop changing. They should stop sacking their coaches. Allow these coaches to be here. Let them get used to the players and build the players. Because every coach has their type of player. Okay, look at Ryan Sterling now. He didn't play yesterday. Maybe because the new coach is not in his agenda. So if you by the time you sack this coach, you bring another coach, the coach will still have the kind of player that he wants. So that's one of the problems. And again, Palmer yesterday did not come to the party.
Chelsea have a hysterical fan base. They have a hysterical fan base, and their players are more powerful than coaches. They're player FC in that club.
Okay.
It's all about the individual player. And their fan base is like one game, and they say, let's drop him. Let's buy another player. And their manager is just as hysterical as their fans. So he'll play one bad game, okay, let me buy another player. Play one bad game, let me buy. So there's no consistency there with player and coach. And funny enough, these coaches and these teams actually take a lot of advice from the mood and the feeling of their fans. They do listen.
You know why? Because they're following their fans. Their rubbish fans keep buying their caps and their jacket even when they don't win.
Of the fan base. And if you do a good thing, the shares in your football club actually go up. We saw with Ronaldo and the bottle of water and the bottle of Coke how he just destroyed. It happens the same with the shares in the football club. When we found out that the Glazers were going to keep the club and they're not going to sell to Qatar, our shares crashed. So when you do things that the fans like, your shares will build. So I blame the fans of Chelsea Football Club for part of the mess they are in. And they've had this culture of player FC since the time of Mikel. I remember that they were telling a story very proudly about how they put AWB, their manager, down. He was trying an experiment to try to impose his values. And whether it works or not, your players should respect it. They should not disrespect it. And he was like, I'm going to have all the senior players sit in the back and the junior players sit in first class of the plane.
Okay, guys, so let's...
And the players, okay, AWB made a bad decision. I mean, he's just in his 30s to have done that. He should have thought better. But the players revolted against him. And because the players revolted against him, that's because Chelsea is player FC. They will never get their act together if they keep behaving in this hysterical way. They got this problem solved with the
Chelsea has too many fans from Lagos. Chelsea has too many fans from Lagos.
The two, that Argentinian midfielder, Castillo. Was it Fernandez or what was the guy that plays next to him? The Spanish guy, the Argentinian that plays with Casado in Chelsea in the midfield.
Okay,
$100 million midfield.
Enzo,
yeah. Now, when they started the season, they were sixes and sevens with each other, but Pochettino was beginning to get them to now blend. And it's like this coach, they've got to tear it up and start again in the midfield. And it's going to affect them around. They're not computers.
It's affecting them already.
Getting it right, and they'll just have that winning or losing mentality.
Yeah, they don't have a vision. So let's move on because we have
Nicolas Jackson. Okay.
Go ahead, Warif.
Nicolas Jackson,
Nicolas Jackson is just I don't know. They should look for another striker for him.
Okay, so
he's a carpenter. He kicks like he's an American football player. At best, he's a carpenter hitting the woodwork.
He has an American owner, so he has to impress him.
Yeah, so he's like, so he I think he sees the sticks like that. He doesn't see the goal.
Well, he may be a rugby player.
When the second goal went in, Tomboli left the stadium.
I thought Nicolas Jackson was going to kick on this season and because Drogba had a similar season to him in his first season, and then Drogba kicked in his second season. And I was hoping that the same thing. I mean, we can't judge everything off one game. That's not fair. But Chelsea,
okay, guys.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Okay, so guys, we have to move on because we're about done. This is a great show. Let's start off with a very good match. Arsenal, Aston Villa. What are your thoughts, Warif, in a minute or two? And then Kunle tell us Arsenal, Aston Villa. What do you think, Warif? Yeah. For match day two.
I give the match to Arsenal 2-1, but it's not be an easy match. And
Arsenal by one goal.
Yeah. I give Arsenal 3-2.
I give them 1-0 because I don't think they'll give up any goals.
Yeah. Villa concede a lot of goals. I think that it's going to be a tough game. It's going to look 50-50. Yeah. I think Arsenal are going to pull through. I think it's going to be 3-2.
So I'm going to say Arsenal 2-0.
Someone's going to win 3-2. I doubt it's Villa.
I'll go
2-1. You know why I say so? Because Arsenal has a good defense.
Yeah.
The defense is, they're not going to give up goals. They won't give up a goal.
I think
Arsenal won't give up a goal. The defense is very good. Yeah, but yeah, their midfield
Villa are very dangerous. Very dangerous going forward. That boy only.
So Man U is playing Burnley, right? Or Brentford.
Brighton.
I always say, look, I don't know the difference between Burnley, Brentford, and Brighton. Is all B.
Brighton, Brentford, and Brighton can play football, and Burnley can't. So that's one thing.
But Burnley, they are doing well in Division 1. I think they are topping the league.
Yeah. Like I said, Burnley can't
because of B. Arsenal and Burnley are on top of the league because of alphabetical.
I think Brighton and Brentford are able to terrorize top 6 teams. They will not expect to win, but they could. I don't think Burnley are that sort of team. Burnley are cannon fodder for the top 4.
But Man U is playing Brighton. Right? Is it Brighton or Brighton?
That's not going to be easy. Brighton have beaten us before.
I'll say Man U 1-0.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'd like to see us score a couple more. If
2-0 maybe.
High line up more. Brighton are a good attacking side, but I think defensively you can get at them.
Okay.
Is this striker that they have? Is it Ferguson or so? The guy is good.
Evan Ferguson, the striker, is very good.
Yeah.
But if you can
I'll give it to Man U 2-1.
2-1.
If we can get that midfield organized against Brighton, we should actually slaughter them.
Yeah.
But so guys, if that midfield doesn't work, they could actually draw or even make a goal. So I'd like to say that we'll beat them 2-1.
2-1. Okay, so 2-1. And what are you saying, Warif?
I give it to Man U 2-1. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give it to Man U. I'll agree with you guys. 2-1. Okay, so we're about to head out. Take us out, Warif. Any last thoughts? And Kunle?
Well, for now, I believe the players are not at their best form because they're just coming back. But as the match goes on, they will do better. And what I'll say is football without violence. The fans and the players, they should act on football without violence. Say no to racism.
Yeah. Enough of that violence. Any last thoughts, Kunle? And keep it short. I know Kunle is like me. He's a talker. He likes to talk for 10 hours.
It was an exciting opening season. It was an exciting opening season to see all the players. They're all back from their holidays. A couple are a bit rusty. Thank God the best players haven't picked up injuries. I think this weekend is going to be full of fun. There's also the Formula One coming up this weekend. There's the cricket.
And also Kunle's birthday, so we're going to have a special... Our show on Saturday is going to be called Williams Talks Football. I'm serious. So stay tuned for Williams Talks Football. His birthday is on Saturday.
So we'll see you on Saturday, and it's going to be a great time there. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, stay blessed, everybody. Bless Arsenal.
All right, thanks.
Bless Man U. Like little Tim said, God bless us all, Man U and Arsenal. God bless us all, Man U and Arsenal. Okay, good night. Good night.
All right, good night,
bye.